Welcome back. Today we're talking about variants, and I wanted to go over what is the largest group of variants on the NES, the black box games. So in 1985, Nintendo was a toy company and wanted to get into making video games, but they had seen the fall of Atari a few years earlier, didn't want to make the same mistake, so they decided to test their games in a test market. They wanted to release their games only in New York and Los Angeles to see how the sales would go, and then after that they would release them nationwide. So what they released was this. This is a test market deluxe set. Notice how it does not say deluxe set here. That's how you know it's a test market set. So the serial number of this particular console is actually in the 5,000s, which means it was one of the first shipments that went out to stores. So the very first games that went out to the test markets were not shrink wrapped. So we're going to go through each variant of the black box games, talk about each one, talk about how long they lasted and in which order they're in. So you can look at a black box game and you can see which variant it is and how late it was produced. So the very first black box games that were produced were sticker sealed. You've probably heard people talk about sticker sealed games, and the very first games looked like this. I don't have a non-graded copy to show you, but they came with this sticker seal at the top, and they were not shrink wrapped. They were sealed just like this. This one is not sealed, but it looked like this when it came in the box. So it has a sticker at the top that was sort of a matte black finish, and there was no cellophane on the box. It came just like this. So that was the first release. And the Gyromite would have looked like this. So the second release changed the sticker to a gloss sticker. So this is the gloss type sticker. This is what the sticker looks like. And so the stickers themselves changed from a dull matte finish to a shiny gloss finish. And the boxes remained unchanged. They were no different between variations, but the matte sticker was released on October 18th in 1985, and in early 1986 they had switched over to the gloss sticker. Some of these games were released in 1985 with the October 18th release of the Nintendo in the test market, but some of the black box games actually weren't released until 1986, which means the very first print of some games was actually the gloss sticker. So some games had the first print the matte sticker, some games had the gloss sticker, but if you see a matte sticker, it's definitely the first print. Okay, so that's the first two prints. After the test market worked out and the sales worked out for Nintendo, Nintendo decided to go nationwide with the sales. So they ditched the sticker. The games did not have stickers on them anymore, and instead they were shrink wrapped. So the boxes were unchanged. They were no different. They just stopped using the stickers to seal them, and they instead sealed them in cellophane. So that was the third print, and that happened in mid-1986, around March. Okay, and in late 1986, Nintendo made its first change to the box. So the actual printing on the box itself, where the box was different than all previous generations, not just a sticker seal, not just a cellophane seal, but the actual box is different. So what Nintendo did is they put a code in the bottom right corner of every box, every black box, and here it reads Game Pack NES GP in brackets. And that is considered to be the first code that they added in late 1986. So if your game has just this code and no other further changes, that means that your game is a fourth print game. Okay, and then in early 1987, Nintendo made the second change, and they added a second code to the boxes. And that code is in the top left. And that is, it varies between games, but this one for Super Mario Brothers is NES PSM. So there will be a code in the top left of the box, and if your box has that code in the top left, it's at least a 2-code box, which means it is at least a 5th print. And then in Later in 1987, Nintendo made another change to the box. They added a third code. The third code is on the front of the box, and it's after Entertainment System. Right here you can see there's a TM on the Super Mario Brothers. So this TM right here signifies that it is a 3-code box at minimum, and that it is a 6th print of the box. Now, in late 1987, Nintendo made what is probably the biggest change to the box of all. They removed the hang tab from the back of the box. So you've probably heard people talk about hang tab boxes. Well, what that means is the boxes actually had a hang tab die cut into them so that you could pop out the tag, fold it up, and use it to hang the game on the peg at the store. So it was actually called a hang tab because you hang it right on the tab. But this was kind of useless because Nintendo was sealing the game in cellophane, so you couldn't pop out the tab. It couldn't be used, and retailers instead, many of them put these plastic tabs on the back of the cellophane, and then they hung them on the pegs that way. So what Nintendo did is they noticed this, and they removed the die cut tab from the box altogether. So that hang tab is gone from many of these boxes, and you can see here on these two boxes that one of these has the hang tab and the other Super Mario Brothers does not have it. So that's how you know that your game is a 7th print at minimum. Now in January of 1988, Nintendo changed all of their cartridge designs. They changed from a 5-screw cartridge to a 3-screw cartridge, and they denoted this on the front of the box with a Rev A in the bottom right corner of the box for Revision A, meaning that the cartridge inside is not the old 5-screw design, it's the newer 3-screw design. So that's how you know that your game is at minimum an 8th print if it has the Rev A in the bottom right corner of the Black Box game specifically. Then in mid-1989 up until mid-1990, Nintendo made the switch from the circle seal of quality to the oval seal of quality, and that's denoted on the front of the boxes. I don't have an oval seal black box game here to show you, but you can see here on this Kung Fu that one of these games is a circle seal and one is an oval seal. They're the same game. The circle seal obviously was released earlier, and if your black box has an oval seal of quality on it, you know it is at least a 9th print at minimum. And then what they did is the oval seal of quality initially had a TM next to it for trademark, and eventually Nintendo changed this TM trademark to a registered trademark, so it became an R inside of a circle. So you can look on your black box game and tell if it is a 9th print or a 10th print if it has an oval seal by looking at the little tiny letters next to it, and if there's a TM there, it's a 9th print, and if there's an R inside of a circle next to the seal of quality, that means it's a 10th print at minimum. So the very last print of some games, not all games got this, but some games got a star code on the inner flap of the box. So if you open the box, pull out the flaps on the top of the box, it'll have the game code on there specific to that box. And underneath the game code, sometimes it'll have a little star. And the way you can tell this without opening the box is just like this, which is a star code Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. It will have on the side of the box a for sale and use in USA and Canada only warning underneath the warranty on the side of the box. And you can tell if it has that, that means it's a star code box. And as far as I know, that is what the star code denotes. And WADA likes to put on their boxes that the star code was only used for promotional use and that the games were given out as promotional items for contest wins or Nintendo Power giveaways or things like that. I don't believe that's actually the case. I think they just happened to do these contests and giveaways with the boxes that they currently had available, and at the time they did the contests, the boxes already had a star code on them, so they just took the boxes they had available, which was the star code boxes. Those are the ones they shipped out to the contest winners. So I think WADA is wrong in this, which possibly or not possibly, but I do think that the star code on the box simply only denotes the change in the box to having this warning right under the warranty label. And that's all it was at the time. There was also a related change to the manuals. Manuals also got a star code change. That's why I think this way. Many games prior to the star code change in the manual came with a little insert inside the box to warn you about playing your game on a rear projection television. It would warn you that's not a good idea. This insert was included in most of those boxes. Nintendo realized that they were spending a lot of money on these extra inserts, so they decided to simply print the warning inside the manual itself and not include this extra insert anymore. And any manual that has that rear projection warning printed inside of it has a star code on the front of the manual to denote that change. So that's why I think that. So that is all of the different variants of all the different black box games, all the way from the first variant all the way up to the last variant. But there is actually one more variant I need to talk about. There are only 2 games in the entire black box library that got this variant, and it is kind of a strange one and not totally understood by the community yet as to how this actually happened. But if you remember, I said that the second release of the game had the gloss sticker seal. The third release of the game got rid of that sticker seal, and the fourth release of the game got the one code on back of the box. So how could the second release and the fourth release intersect? For 2 games they did. So for Balloon Fight and Gumshoe specifically, those 2 games actually have been found with a sticker seal and a one code on back of the box. I don't know how that happened, but those games do exist. So those are the only 2 anomalies. No other games have been found with that, and those are all of the black box variants that have been found so far and that are known to exist. So now if you have a black box variant, now you know how to tell which print it is and generally when it was released. Okay, so I've got a few black box games here. I'm just going to show you how to identify the few games that I have, just to take you through some examples and to find out which variants these are. So first up is Duck Hunt. And on Duck Hunt, we can see, we look for, is there a sticker? No, so it's not first or second print. Is there a code? Yes, so it's not third print, it's at least fourth. And is there a code here? Yes, it's at least fifth. Is there a code here? Yes, it's at least sixth. Is there a hang tab? Yes, there is. So that means that it is not a seventh print because the hang tab is still there. That means that this one is a sixth print. And then we also have Excite Bike. So we check here and see, is there a sticker? Yes, there is. Is it a gloss sticker? No. It's yes, it is a gloss sticker. So that means it's a second print. If it was a matte sticker, it'd be first print. So this is a second print Excite Bike. And next up is baseball. So we check, is there a sticker seal? No, so it's not first nor second print. Look at the back, is there a code? Yes, so it's not third print, it's at least fourth. Code here, it's at least fifth print. Code here, it's at least sixth print. Is there a hang tab? No, that's been removed, so it's at least seventh print. Is there a Rev A? No, there is not a Rev A, so this is a seventh print baseball. And then we have some Super Mario Brothers. So we check, is there a sticker seal? Nope, so it's not first nor second. Is there a code? Yes, it's not third, it's at least fourth print. Fifth print. Is there a code here? No. So this is a fifth print Super Mario Brothers. And then we have another Super Mario Brothers. Is there a sticker seal? Nope. So it's not first nor second. Is there a code here? Yes. It's not third print. It's at least fourth. Has a code here. It's at least fifth. This one does have a code here. It's at least sixth. Does it have a hang tab? No. Hang tab has been removed, so it's at least a seventh print. Does it have Rev A? Yes, it does. It's at least an 8th print. Does it have an oval seal? No, it has a circle seal. So this is an 8th print Super Mario Brothers. And then we have Mario Brothers. So again, we do the same checks. Is there a sticker seal? No. So it's at least a 3rd print, but there's a code here. So it's at least a 4th print. There's a code here, it's at least a 5th print. There's a code here, it's at least a 6th print. There's no hang tab, it's at least a 7th print. There's a Rev A here, it's at least an 8th print, but it is not an oval seal. So we would normally say this is an 8th print, but since this game wasn't released in 1985, it was released in 1986. That means there is actually no matte sticker variant of this game. The very first print of this game was a gloss sticker, so we actually have to move one back with this one. So instead of it being an 8th print, this one would actually just be a 7th print because there is no matte sticker. So this is a 7th print Mario Brothers. And next up is Popeye. This game is the same as Mario Brothers. It was also released in 1986, which means that there is no matte sticker variant for this game. The very first print of this game was a gloss sticker, and this one does not have a gloss sticker, so it's not a first print. It's at least 2nd. It has the code here, so it's at least a 3rd print. Has this code, it's at least a 4th print. It has this code, it's at least a 5th print. And it does not have a hang tab, so it's at least a 6th print. And it has a Rev A, so it's at least a 7th print. And it does not have the oval seal, so this one is a 7th print Popeye. This one's also the same. It was also released in 1986, so there is no matte sticker variant. First one would be gloss, and there is no gloss sticker, so this is not a first print. And it has the code, so it's at least a 3rd print. And this code, at least a 4th print. This code, at least a 5th print. It has its hang tab. That means the hang tab was not removed, so it's not a 6th print. This is a 5th print Mock Rider.